Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. I wasn't going to do an installment today. I didn't sleep at all last night. I tried to go to sleep, but I didn't sleep at all last night. So if I trip over my words, please excuse me. But I feel fine. I'm just a little loopy. And I'll do the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine read from this morning for you. But I did just want to bring up something that came across my stream today, because it's been coming up in the comments, having to do with the psychic attacks and things like that. And I want to advise anyone who's concerned about that stuff to watch Magenta Pixie's, one of her old videos. She has Psychic Attack and Spiritual Protection. It was September 4th, 2016. And she says it better than anyone I know. So I would definitely watch that video. It'll make you feel a lot better, okay? It just goes along the lines of the victim mentality template, and that that's all part of the victim mentality. And actually coming out of fear of being attacked is coming into the sixth dimension. So it's just staying in, as she says, and I'm going to quote from her this video that I just told you about. Just some of the things that she was talking about. And it was perfect because it came up in my comments yesterday. And I've always felt this way, because I've seen examples of people who, twins in union, who don't worry about dark attacks and things like that. They're just very positive. They clear themselves, but it's not like an intense need to, anything that puts you into fear, you know, isn't positive energy. It's always about being in your sovereignty and being in positive energy and love energy, love and gratitude and forgiveness, which is basically what Magenta talks about in this installment. If you put yourself into the victim mentality, which we have a lot of victim wounds to clear, so you're going to feel like that, but just because your wound's coming up doesn't mean you're being attacked. And if you draw in that energy, it's because that wounding is inside of you. So you're supposed to have gratitude for the person who's bringing it to your awareness. So your attacker, you have gratitude for, because they're bringing up the wound so you can release it. Okay? So also she brought up things that can put you into that protection victim mentality. Things like non-natural mind-altering substances and eating flesh from a being that has suffered, genetically altered, changed, denatural foods, use of derogatory and low vibrational language. And she does clarify that yes, the language can do this, but even more so it's the intent behind the language. But even just saying the words, even if you're just being funny, is still not a high vibration, right? And also certain music, obviously, and artistic creations can also cause this protection victim mentality. And of course this is the 9 speaking through Magenta, talking about, you know, go ahead and use all the natural things, the crystal, the herbs, the oils and powders and gems and smoke smudges and all that kind of stuff, which are great. And use the visualization for violet cloaking. But as you elevate in dimension, you move beyond even asking Michael for protection, because when you know who you are as an ascended master, okay, then you don't need to call on Michael for protection because you know who you are. You now are no longer the victim, okay? So I would listen to her video for the exact wording, and she always says it so well because she's speaking with the 9. And again, it's called Psychic Attack and Spiritual Protection. It's on September 4, 2016. And it's basically protection energetic replaced with freedom, liberty, and higher dimensional awareness. The Savior energetic is replaced by unity, Christ consciousness, and source perspective, because it's all in your perspective, how you see things. If you believe it, then it is, okay? And that's us. We're pulling out of our victim mentality. And don't get down on yourself for feeling that. We all have victim mentality in us. That's all the wounds that we carry. But we're clearing ourselves to come out of victim mentality. And so, and she even says so in the video, you know, when you're first starting to work with energy and stuff like that, there's nothing wrong with putting protection up. But as long as you're putting protection up, you are feeding into you needing protection when you don't, okay? But you need to stay in your high vibration. You need to be in utilizing perception. Utilizing this perception will upgrade the victim attacker savior template into sovereignty, gratitude, liberty, unity template, which is the 6D, okay? And in that perspective, you cannot be attacked, okay? So listen to that. It'll give you some peace of mind and give you some more understanding of what you're dealing with. And so now I'm going to give you the read. So, and she goes into talking about, you know, people just being, and it doesn't even have to be like a coven getting together and doing spells. When someone's just angry at you, that's sending a psychic attack. So listen to this video. It'll put you at ease and make you understand on a higher level what you're looking at here. And this is not my words. I'm just transcribing from her, but I agree with what she says on this video. So today is October 13th, 2018. The 13, of course, is death or transformation, transition. And then the day adds up to 34-7, which is the 8 of Wands, a very passionate exchange of energy. It can be the arrows of love. It's expressing your feelings in a physical way. It's also 34-7 is the 7 of spirituality and the 4 of stability on the inside, so being very structured and responsible, and then being very joyous and friendly on the outside. And very social. I did my sand art this morning, turned it over, one picture, done. It was literally the sand hanging in the air, halfway, straight across, nothing below. I don't know if there's anything to see in it, but it was the message I was getting is that it's like when the train changes direction. So, you know, if the wheel was turning backward, all of a sudden it stops before it can turn forward again. And that's what I was getting from this today. Let me just check to make sure if there was anything apparent about it. Oh, I might not even have it on here. Do I have it on here? Yeah, no, I uploaded it. But there wasn't really much. It was just about kind of like being at a standstill and changing direction. Okay. So, for the Divine Feminine today, which was done before 6 a.m. this morning, as I was getting up and then trying to get started and get something done while I was still aware enough to do it. The only major arcana that came up was the Strength card, which was perfect because not last night because I didn't sleep. I did meditate before I went to sleep. But the night before, I saw a grizzly bear in my meditation. And he was right in my face, and it was like a cuddly bear just looking at me, and I gave him a kiss and a hug. And I looked up the bear because I don't know a lot about the totem animals. But it's all about strength, you know, having the courage to fight for yourself, right? The bear. So that was perfect because just the Strength card came up today about showing your courage, okay? 5 swords, 2 wands, 2 pentacles, and 1 cup. Okay, so very headspace. So for me, it's been a good kind of headspace though, because I'm so not sleeping in a way is good because you don't care. And it makes you happier, right? Because you let go of control. So if you really need it, I thought I'd be crying all day, but I'm not. I'm kind of just like, whatever. So it's actually a good feeling. The court cards that came up are Page of Wands, Page of Pentacles, and Knight of Pentacles. All right, so very much about young energy and messages, offers. The numbers that came up in the coding were just 2, and then 77 also came up, as well as 5221. And the coding was coming across all about the adventure. So again, adventure's been coming up all week. It was all about twos, right? And that's the one-on-one relationship, the coming together, the seeing eye to eye, the connection. Seeking, and this was perfect with what I brought up just now, and I wrote this stuff down before I came across Magenta's video in my lineup. And the coding had to do with 2 or twins, or 2 could just be the feminine energy too, the feminines, seeking bad spirits of energy. Okay? But that bad spirits of energy can be good at adventure, right? Who's the most fun? It's always the bad boy or the bad girl, right? In high school, they're the most fun to hang out with because they have the best adventures, right? So it's not, don't see it in a bad way, see it as an adventure. See it as aiding you in pulling out your wounds to release them so you're more clear and free and happy. Also could be 2 sisters coming up here. Is the key to pull out this negative energy. Maybe if you're testing sad, it gets you out of your sad, you know. So also it's kind of getting like to sightsee, go for an adventure, right? The kicker of Christ. All set up for your destiny adventure, okay? So, and Christ was definitely coming up here as one of the codes. Also, the codes that came up when I put the information online, and this was just a random header within it, said, why settle? Seek, and that was from Aussie Marketplace, an Australian marketplace engine. Why settle? Seek. I think its title was Seek. Also, seeker crystals kept coming up. A lot of the headers had to do with seeker crystals. So seeker crystals contain a crystal energy structure that aligns the natural energy of the crystal to the natural power of the human mind, and in finding a way to new horizons and new capabilities. Okay, so it's just like, you know, an arrow stone, a stone that's actually shaped like an arrow, or, you know, a stone that's shaped like an arrow, or just the pointer stones, you know, that you see all the time on the necklaces. The seeker. And then other stuff was coming up today about the seeker and triads, even within university, the triple helix, the university government and business triad, they call that a triple helix as well. But the Divine Feminine's read starts out with being over loss and inspired to put down their sword, right? So if you were in that sword mentality of the 5 of Swords guy, you know, defending your truth to the death, putting your sword down with possibly a difficult mother or someone who's in lack, an older woman or someone who may have miscarried, ready to switch partners. And literally this was, I saw a switch, and then I got do-si-do. So the Divine Femme is getting ready to switch partners, do-si-do, okay? The King of Cups is out watching the messenger of truth. Let the Empress reversed have it, okay? So maybe some information is coming up in the reads about this nasty Empress reversed. Doesn't have to be a nasty person, like I said. It can be someone who's in lack mentality, so they're not going to be in their most positive self, obviously. But they could also have miscarried. But it is usually an older energy or a boss energy because it's the Empress, but it's reversed, so it's the negative energy of this. But I was getting like the King of Cups is kind of happy because he's out watching the messenger of truth let the Empress reverse have it. So it could be a mother, a mother-in-law, boss, that type of thing. After the the devil showed his horns, or trying to settle with the messenger of truth, but also is getting this devil energy, showing their horns and taking from the poor. So there's an imbalance somewhere here in giving and taking. The new moon is out with new passion for a prisoner, holding back the truth indirectly. And I was getting this truth and non-truth, like one person's, fiercely giving the truth, and the other person is fiercely holding back the truth. So the dynamic of the twins, right? The card trust comes up as the underlying energy, to have faith, comforting the wounded warrior, finding peace amidst the devil and the nightmare. And also teaching and learning comes up as the underlying energy for the divine feminine. We're all teaching and learning to and from each other. The King of Pentacles reverse, lover, is out dumping all his options. Okay, so he's King of Pentacles reversed. He's lost money or status, or he's just greedy in general, or ungrounded. But he's out dumping all his options and rising above things, but can't sleep until he has the Queen of Pentacles. So the Divine Masculine is thinking about the Divine Feminine, for sure. He shows her his, and it was really funny, the picture I got of this. It was like, I forget which card it was. One card was upside down. It was like the Divine Masculine saying, look at my legs, my stockings and my shoes match your outfit. It was really cute. So he shows her his leggings and shoes match her outfit. One tells truth, one holds back. The Queen of Pentacles is ready to take the risk and switch. And again, this falls in line with the wheel stopping its rotation back in order to go forward again. Recently, there's an opportunity for the King of Wands reversed to take a risk, collecting on the back end without enough information. So some of the Divine Masculines may have taken a bad risk. The foundation for the Divine Feminine has to do with standing ground, moving boldly in slow motion. You may feel like it is, like I do, because I'm loopy, as the eye of the tiger ready to pounce. Centrally, guarded or standing guard while receiving stolen psychic information, the masked boy keeps his face covered but cannot mask the fires burning inside to the karmic who's in his energy. The challenge for the Divine Feminine is the psychic abilities, expressing passions of dreams and healing with an offer of love as an opportunity presents itself. The karmic offers love to, I was getting the karmic, could be Divine Feminine, but I was getting mainly the karmic offers love to the Justice card, which is Libra, and then this Libra, the same card, offers love to a fairy who's satisfied on her own, expressing dreams, as the Queen of Wands looks away to monetary opportunity with children. Now in the head and the heart of the Divine Feminine, rising above the fire, not seeing eye to eye with God's offer, and being impatient, announcing the doctor is in and willing to receive the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like saying, the Divine Masculine saying, I'm open for business now, you can come see me. She is his world. The Hermit is bored, wanting to complete the cycle and impatient for an announcement to come out. Rising above karmic interference of a love offer and the King of Wands affections discussed in court or at a bar trying to wake the Queen of Wands for reunion, but she was more focused on the money opportunities with the Emperor. And he missed his flame, the High Priestess with the keys, protecting herself and himself from justice in a divorce possibly, or a possible business suit, or just justice in general. Soon worried about if he and what he has is enough, he pretends not to see and holds back his passions, feeling frazzled and all over the place. The Divine Feminine is broken. That's the way she sees herself. Struck by lightning, after being sick of the injustice and sick of feeling sick, and stuck in the emotions trying to heal. And then the cards come up of reconciliation and honeymoon. Around the Divine Feminine is the anxiety of offering a new life coming out about rejection and wanting to offer something practical to the twin or possibly to kids. The Divine Feminine needs to clear blocks of raising the dead just to receive an offer from an emotionally detached man. So always thinking the worst. So stop that. And be positive. And then adventure comes up as the card for the Divine Feminine. Make it an adventure. Remember, this is a game. Remember that the wound clearing and the victim mentality, all of this exchange, you have to remember the game. All right, if you're feeling victimized, then you're supposed to thank the victimizer for bringing that wound up for you to clear. You're not a victim. You can release that wound. And thank them for bringing it to your attention. I know it's not easy at first, but it is ultimately just a game. Okay? So around the Divine Feminine, this anxiety, offering of a new life, coming out about rejection and wanting to offer something practical to the twin and the kids. These blocks, clear blocks of raising the dead just to receive an offer from an emotionally detached man. So thinking you did all this work and just to have him come back and him be emotionally detached or just say something that's going to trigger you, that kind of thing. Think of it as an adventure. The Queen of Pentacles, romance. The Magician overindulges the court and goes back to work to align with the North Star. Detoxing from needing to protect self. So here we go again, the protection. You don't need to protect yourself. That feeds into the victim mentality, right? And it puts you into fear mentality. Detox from needing to protect themselves to see a new point of view in the truth and triumphing. Green and purple light, dumping small activities or loves for one big love. Seeing with the third eye of the tiger. As lightning strikes, anxiety of a risk sets in, but fires burn internally as the Divine Masculine learns his abilities to find peace at work and proposing to tango under the North Star and tell the truth. Okay, so these energies keep coming up the same way. Now for the Divine Masculine today, which was at 9:02 this morning. The major arcana were the Hanging Man, which is the Hangman, Chariot, Reflection, which is the Hermit, Shadow, which is the Devil, and Starseed, which is the Fool. There was one wand, 2 cups, 2 pentacles, and 1 sword. In the codes, the numbers were 10, 8, 18, and also 10, 10 came up, and 12, 21. Some pretty big numbers there. In the coding, it was all about the Divine Masculine surrendering and making an effort. So some of the different versions I got of this were intention of the cry stall is state of surrender. So sometimes the Divine's going to make you go into a crying purge because, you know, that's the quantum leap from when, you know, pre-cry, you need to cry desperately, and that's that release, right? And then you get to a state all of a sudden of not needing to cry anymore. So what happened between the pre-state and the post-state? That's the quantum leap. I mean, how did you get from being desperate to release this energy, and then all of a sudden, you know, you're okay, you know, you don't care anymore. So sometimes we're going to be pushed into that in order to feel that state of surrender after a good cry. Also just coming up is destiny and intent of a hen, a mother hen maybe, of energy to the th, you know, the 80th. So it's getting 8 and 80. So if 80 means something to someone, let me know. But it also is very divine because 80 is the infinity and the 0, and 0 is representative of source. It's containment of source in the human body, and then 8 is the infinity. So it's very much about source, intention, crystal energy, and purging, and to use it wisely, and just bring it back to 0 point. And remember, it's all about your thoughts. I had watched, I don't think this was the same video, I'd watched a couple magenta videos because I usually watch hers when they come up, but she's done a lot of videos over time, and these were just coming up in my stream for some reason, so sometimes I'll go back and watch. And I just lost my thought of where I was going. Oh, intent. You know, just remember that it's all about your perspective on things. So if you perceive something, then you're going to make it come true. You know, it's the law of attraction stuff. It's all about your intention and your perception. So it's so important that you perceive positive things, so that you allow the positivity to come right to you. So for the Divine Masculines read, the lover's independent, without twin, is like being in a dungeon with one flame and trying to find your way out. Hiding the indigo child inside. Inspired to justice in walking away from work. Moving passionately about justice. Exposing the enemy who's blocking him. Refusing to work. So it either could be him leaving and refusing to work, or it could be a partner who's always been refusing to work, you know, not helping him. Let go of control issues was underlying energy for the Divine Masculine. And then the King of Swords, his third party is out. Could be a dream girl and a karmic, and now he's going to look like a narcissist. It's kind of like that attitude, like, great, this is coming out, now I'm going to be the narcissist now. And then moderation comes up as underlying energy as well. And the Divine Masculine possibly dropping some cash to take off at night, like sneaking away, destined to hold back his passion forever, or maybe destined to just be a player forever. Working all hours of the night, possibly by a court order, like a slave, exposing a lazy-ass player is what I was getting. So, whoever, you know, put wherever that is, I don't know. But put it where it fits in your situation. Recently, the Knight of Cups moves to peace by letting go of the ego and getting their wish by doing so. The foundation for the Divine Masculine has to do with the hermit or isolation, reflection energy, but also could be just a Virgo person, shedding light on another world with a message of love and making a bold move. Centrally for the Divine Masculine, the Empress is reversed again. A secret miscarriage, perhaps, is told to the King of Cups by a child, so that's how it gets out. Some of it could just be turning out that what I'm getting is that this Empress reverse could be the karmic, or a mother of the karmic, or the masculine's mother, but someone who may have miscarried and may not have even been pregnant, or actually did miscarry, and now is kind of milking the not having to work by saying that her right knee hurts, okay? Because that's coming up as well. Or someone may actually have a sprained right knee. But whoever it is, this Empress reversed, is kind of milking it, okay? And then the Divine Masculine still trying to be patient, challenged by no longer fighting when resting. The Queen of Pentacles and possibly a well-off family, or just a family legacy, offers a new life of non-judgment and passionate movement, and helping the injured along instead of leaving them behind. And this is the Divine Masculine rescuing, maybe he's rescuing, but also recognizing what the Divine Feminines are doing in the twin flame community, and the masculines as well. Now the prisoner of work and sadness, dumping burdens of jealousy in the aftermath, holding back passion and just too tired to do anything. The angels left alone takes a leap to visit a crying person, or someone who's in a lot of pain or betrayed or did the betraying, at the top of her game, but unable to cut the cord with her twin, the truth. Soon the Queen of Cups has no more fight left, and the King of Swords is weak in negative self-talk, trying to cover things up or patch things up by paying out a little cash to the devil. He is patient in paying out to walk away, holding his energy for a new life and not giving it to them or not accepting their offer. They could be offering him a loan or offering him another job to bring him back, right? But he's holding on to that energy and sending 5D messages instead. Retreat comes up, worth waiting for, and also trust. And retreat is just about taking a break. And then worth waiting for, be patient, and then trust and have faith. Around him is a huge download with new information of opportunity to possibly study energy, but also about an opportunity about separation and heartbreak, or maybe a separation that he wants, for a leap of faith. The Divine Masculine needs to clear blocks of walking away and manifesting with a third party. So that's what's it going to look like if I leave my marriage and now I'm with this third party? What's it going to look like? So it's the Divine Masculine needs to let go of those blocks, because again, that's just fear, of what other people are going to think. Who cares? And then effort and surrender were the cards in the numerology deck that came up for the Divine Masculine. Okay, it's so important. He's learning to surrender and seeing the effort that he needs to make to come forward. So then I was getting big love union energy. Slow to confess and cry and let go of status. Instead, options of light and success and good news and leading the way to possible boredom in a partnership. So the Divine Masculine may be worried that if he stays, he'll be bored in this relationship because he already knows he's bored there. Or he may be worried that what if this is really boring in this relationship. So shedding light on ending pain and an offer of love. In leading the way, did he miss out on his soulmate, right? So he's just, got ping pong ball going back and forth in his head about is he doing the right thing, questioning and re-questioning himself. The Queen of Wands deceives with news about a Virgo or a Hermit energy. And this is possibly the karmic implementing sneaky behavior, half-truths about a new passion. So basically she could be feeding false information to the Divine Masculine about the Divine Feminine. Also is getting, I don't know if I said this already, but the karmic or the karmic's mother or the Divine Masculine's mother could be saying that, the Divine Feminine just is coming after you for your money, that kind of thing. So burdened at work, boldly moving to send message in 5D, to drop a big bomb, getting their wish, to hang without their family shadow, their legacy shadow, and instead walk away to be alone, or alone with a Virgo or a Hermit, or just reflect on their news and messages by themselves. Okay, so that was for the Divine Masculine. But it's all like it's amazing how the cards just are so consistent every week, in the process, how it goes, and how now it's just kind of like the unfolding of the process. And then I did ask, in case I did the video today, before I was going to fall asleep, which I never did, but I almost did. I asked Jesus if he had any messages for you guys today. And the first thing I got right away was healer, heal thyself. It was all about the green, the emerald green. And I always get green. I'm very green healer. Then I asked if there was any other messages. And then just as I'm about to doze off, because I'm trying to visualize, but I'm so tired I'm about to fall asleep, I saw the most beautiful picture. I saw a wedding party. It was just the men and the boys, all in top hats and gray fitted vests with black accents and top coats. They were all smiling and beautiful, like they were getting in a certain tapered position for the photographer, but they were still in their casual stance. But they looked beautiful. It was like a really old-fashioned, like kind of antique look picture. They were all smiling and beautiful, and just at that moment wishing I had a picture of it because it was just so beautiful. It was just like an old-fashioned, very well-tailored theme. But it wasn't all black. It was like grays. I remember seeing the gray as opposed to mostly black. I saw mostly gray, but there's definitely black accents and top hats, and I believe the jackets were black as well. And then after that, just a lot of colors of the pinks and peaches and yellows were coming up. Even saw one like a peachish pink hot dog. And then just colors of pinks and peaches, which are, I love that combination, you know, the oranges and pinks together. But they were really coming up bright. Okay, so I'll pull you some cards. Let's see. What shall it be? Okay, we have our Ascension deck as usual. Maybe I'll pull a few extra cards today. Take a deep breath. Clear and align. Clear and align. Clear and align. Okay, we're going to be in our victimless mentality today, okay? And just positive vibrations, okay? So what is the guidance for us? Mother, Father. What is the guidance for the true twins today? What is the guidance? The bottom of the deck is the Mahatma energy, number 6, which is love, or the lovers. And number 6 is really about the daily love, you know, the practical love, what love really means. Also the lovers, the physical love, that's part of the daily showing of love. The affirmation for the Mahatma energy is, I invoke the Mahatma energy to flow through me. I'll read it to you. In the golden era of Atlantis, many great souls placed some of their energy as well as the Christ Buddha light and that of the 12 rays into a sacred pool to create a high-frequency group consciousness. People could draw from this sacred pool to enhance themselves and their projects. This golden white Mahatma energy is once more available, and you're invited to draw it through your chakra system into the earth. This will raise your frequency and help the planet, for you will leave golden white footsteps wherever you go. Send it to others to accelerate their ascension. And the affirmation is, I invoke the Mahatma energy to flow through me. The card that came out for you guys is Lady Portia, which is number 32. 32 is the 6 of Wands, that good news, leadership, leading the way, and success and getting attention. It's a 5 of expansion, 32, with the feminine energy on the inside, with the 3 on the outside of being very social and joyful. Lady Portia is known as the goddess of justice. As the Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the 5th dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. The affirmation is, I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. Okay? And again, this goes right in line with what we were talking about in Magenta's video. Be in your truth, but be in your loving truth. Not in order to judge others. Okay, now for the past life deck. Take another breath. Never hurts to take another breath. Take another sip of water. Don't forget there's lots of oxygen in water, okay? What is the guidance? What is the guidance for the twins? And the bottom of the deck is Egypt and the pyramids, which have definitely been coming up. I think I brought them up yesterday. And there's definitely 2 pyramids in this picture with some stuff going on in the sky. It looks like a kite in the sky, actually, in the shape of the clouds. Also could be a suit of arms or a coat of arms with the pyramids. The 2 cards came out. Knighthood came out. All right, here we go about protection again, okay? Does he look like he's happy? Does he look like he's in fear? He's protecting himself. He's all suited up. He can't even relax and be comfortable. He's got a shield and a suit and a sword over his face. And the sword over his face is making like a cross, like the crucifixion. Suffering. Also, the arts came out. Okay? So you have the guitar and the piano here. Why can't I think of the other word? Is it melody? Melody and harmony? Melody and harmony. What is the other word? Is it melody? I can't remember. We'll put it in the comments. I can't remember. Is that Paul? And harmony. I can't remember. I'm too tired to think. So, I just want to show you these side by side. Which would you rather have? Which one feels good? Okay. Do you want to spend your life all suited up and shielded? Or do you want to play the guitar or sing and dance along? Okay? I want to say 6 string. I don't know why. And of course the contrast of black and white. Yeah, it's very negative energy to be in a knight's uniform. And there's your coat of arms and your suit of armor, right? So you choose what energy you want to experience. It's all up to you. Okay, we have the journey of love. Clear and align. 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 Yep, there we go. The bottom of the deck is, within nothing there's everything. It's number 2, which is the feminine energy, the high priestess. Within nothing there's everything. Right? Because the feminine energy is nothingness. We are the nothingness, and then the masculine energy is he is the catalyst, the expansion. And then we have sensual awakening. Ooh, so what happens when you have nothingness and expansion energy around? Then you have sensual awakening. Okay? When you swirl together. It's number 64, which is the 10 of Swords. The sensual awakening is the ending of the pain. Transcending into pleasure, right? And I'm going to read that to you. 64. Got chilly today. Alright, sensual awakening. And 64 is a 1. It's very masculine energy. Within the sacred temple of your body, your soul experiences the vast buffet of light made manifest. Your sensuality is a way for your soul to express appreciation, pleasure, and joy. Your sensuality is much like your creative energy. It needs to be expressed regularly, otherwise it can become muffled under a fuzz of too much thinking. You're being called to experience your sensual nature again. You are beautiful and vivid, striking and appealing. Allow your sensual appreciation for yourself and others to flow and enjoy this unique experience of being a soul awakened in a body awakening. It's all love. And my feet are falling asleep. Okay. This oracle brings you guidance that your sensual nature needs to play, and it doesn't require an external lover to do so, though that is one way, of course. It can be expressed through massage, creating art, spending time in nature, swimming, dancing mindfully, feeling the sun or air on your skin, drinking aromatic tea, or taking a bath. Play with what feels good for you and enjoy the indulgence. It will bring you renewed energy, and apart from that, it's fun. And the poem reads, I dare not touch my heart's desire, that sings a melody so still, and lights within a yearning fire, a void that you alone can fill. I cannot say how my heart aches, nor speak the words as embers burn. Such blessings come to those who wait, a love that asks not in return. An open soul a risk must bear, to love without restriction held, to reach another level rare, where two embraced as one are meld. To taste surrender's nectar sweet, by piercing through the veil so thin, and bathe in joy as tears release, a promised dance begins again. Okay? So remember, as you ascend, and you have less and less ego, there's less and less need to be right, less and less need for boundaries, right? Because as you give to each other in a higher and higher way, you don't worry about giving too much to the other, because the other is reciprocating just as much. To allow and not to be in fear. Then you allow the love to circulate, to be the circuit, as opposed to the fear. Which then the next page is the breaking, which would go into the breaking of it, right? All right. So, let's see here. I'm going to pick a regular card for you. I'll do one from the Tarot of Sexual Magic for you too, just to give you a different sensual tone. All right. Clear a line. Clear a line. Clear. Okay. So what is the energy for the twins today? Whoop. Okay. Aww. Aww. The bottom of the deck is Four of Swords. Okay, resting, meditating, taking a break. And look at the cards that came out. The Six of Cups came out first, and then the High Priestess. How beautiful is that? Right? Really positive. It's the twins in their inner child, free of their wounds, in their psychic energies, in the feminine energies of give and take. Couldn't ask for more than that. That's really beautiful. Maybe a little vacation together as well. Okay, and then the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Let's see what we get. Clear a line. Clear a line. Take a deep breath. Okay. What is the advice for us? Okay. Well, interesting. A whole bunch of cards are coming. You know, I'm not going to do this. Like 6 cards coming out. I wanted a more focused. Okay. What is the guidance for the twins watching? Okay. I got 2 this time. I'm actually going to take this card because it's kind of slipping out as well. The bottom of the deck is 4 of Chalices, okay, which is about having a talk. Definitely getting energies of discussions and saying goodbye. Actually, these are the cards, the other cards at the bottom of the deck, okay? Someone missing their flame and hugging somebody goodbye is the bottom of the deck. And then the cards that came out are these 3 cards. The Queen of Pentacles came out last. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Justice card, and then the Queen of Pentacles. Alright, so there's some kind of practical offer coming to the Queen of Pentacles. It's just justice lies in the interim. There's a practical offer coming. So it could be two scenarios here. It could be the Divine Masculine and the Karmic and a divorce situation where he's trying to offer her something and she keeps refusing him. But it's also reminding the Divine Feminine, if the Divine Masculine does come and offer you something practical, as opposed to exactly what you want, are you going to kick him away? Or are you going to hear him out and be loving? Okay. So, and it's very much about practical issues and money. You have two pentacles and the Justice card. So it very much could be about, you know, just settling in divorce situations. But also starting something new, practical. Something that's just and fair for everyone involved is the energy that I'm getting. Okay? So watch being stubborn. I get it. Okay, that just goes into being the victim again. So that's not where you want to be. If that energy comes up, then thank your Divine Masculine for bringing the wound up so that you can clear it. Okay? See it from a different perspective. Okay, drink your water, get your rest. Namaste, everybody. Rise and be love. Have an amazing day and an amazing week, guys. Bye.